Alright, so the first time you are about to log in inside the WordPress dashboard or the admin area of your site, you will need to type your domain name /wp-login.php. If you reckon you already received the email with your login details once you install the WordPress, so make sure you save this email for later, so in case you need it you can easily look it up and easily browse to this URL. Anyway, so I'm gonna just go ahead and log in. Just as you can see here, I have already pre-filled my login details, and you can also select the box "Remember Me" in order for the browser to remember your login credentials for the next time. So I'm gonna click the login button, and soon we are going to log in inside the admin dashboard of our soccertrainingwizard.com website. So the first time you see this, you can easily get overwhelmed, but there is nothing complicated here, I assure you. Once you get familiar with the dashboard, it will feel really natural to work with, and you will not have any issues with handling it like a real professional. Anyway, let's start with the first thing I want you to do, and as you can see here, the dashboard is telling us that our site is currently displaying a coming soon page. Now, in order to get rid of this, we will need to click on the link given, and just as you can see, it changes to "Congratulations, your site is now live. Click here to view it." So let's just click this link and view our site. Alright, so here is the WordPress site you installed. It's not so much to the world, I agree on that, but later you're going to change themes and do other customizations, so please have patience. Alright, so back in the dashboard, the first thing I will start with is to explain the left navbar here. So as you can see here, we have several different sections available, and the first one is obviously pretty simple to understand, and it takes you back to the home of the dashboard. The updates are interesting because you will see a number listed to the right of the updates link, and this indicates that there are 6 different updates available that you are recommended to do. Next we have the Jetpack, which is basically pre-installed along with the WordPress versions, and this is basically allowing you to show your stats about the traffic, protect your site from brute force attacks, speed up your images, photos, and other cool features. So it is definitely recommended to click on the Connect Jetpack here. I will cover this later, so stay tuned. Alright, so next we have the posts. Now, the most important thing here to remember is something that most people new to WordPress forget about, and it's the screen options. Basically here you can choose to view the different options available and customize them after your own needs. So if we click on the unselect the outer, you will see that the outer disappears down here. So, or categories, it will also disappear. You can play around with this on any way you want, but even more important is that once you edit a post, you will notice that the screen options suddenly changes to containing more different customization options like format, categories, tags, features, image, xrep, send trackpath, etc. So if I refer to something in the course later, especially when it comes to posts, and I'm not mentioning where you should change it, then please check the screen options, because in most cases it will be available in this part of the post section. Alright, so next we have media, and basically this is where you are storing all your media files, such as images, movies, etc. So it's pretty straightforward and basic. And next we have pages. Now pages are a little bit different than posts, because on a page you are mostly you are often recommended to only have a about me page, privacy page, etc. So you will not use pages for creating your posts. I'm discussing this a little bit more in my free course, so make sure you take a look at that course in order to understand this a little bit more. Alright, comment section. Here you can manage the different comments that users submit when reading your posts. Now, if you have a popular site and a lot of traffic, this part can be easily overwhelming. But there is a plugin named Akismet that I am also covering in my free course that you can install, and this little handy plugin will take care of all of the spam comments, which basically means that you actually don't need to do a thing, just activate it and let it do its job. Next we have something called the marketplace, and this is basically a marketplace where you can purchase different themes, photographs, services, etc. I will not cover this because I do not consider it being so much relevant to this course. So I'm just gonna go ahead and click on the appearance. Now in the appearance is where the magic happens. Here you can select and install different types of themes. You can, for example, just download the theme, upload it here and activate it, and which is pretty straightforward and makes you makes it really easy to customize your WordPress website in just a few clicks. We have also widgets, which are like a small stone blocks that you put on your website, and those are the ones that are activated at the moment. Menus are just as it sounds, giving you opportunity to modify the menu in your website. And header is where you change your header, which is pretty self-explanatory, and we will cover all these modules later, so I'm just giving you a brief overview of what is possible to do in WordPress. Background is also pretty self-explanatory, where you change the background of the website. We have the Mojo themes, again Those are the ones that you are required to purchase. So I will not cover this either any more detailed in this course. And we have the editor as well, which is probably something you will not mess around in this course, unless you have been coding in the past, because this is where you change the code. And just as you can see, WordPress recommends us not to do this, as it says editing this code is highly discouraged and that you should proceed with caution. So I don't recommend you to start messing around with this immediately, because you could mess up the whole WordPress installation and be forced to reinstall it, which is not fun. Trust me, I've done it in the past and it is really a boring and time wasting task. So stay away from this. Plugins are interesting. Just as you can see in the updates, there is a number at the right of the plugins which indicates that we should update 2 of our plugins to the newest version. You can install as many plugins as you want, and plugins are really a crucial part of any WordPress installation, because it gives you the opportunity to customize your website on any way you want. And there are plugins for pretty much everything, starting from contact me forms to preventing hackers from getting inside your website. Users are where you add different users. You can, for example, have users that are only allowed to publish posts on your website, or users that are allowed only to handle comments. So this is pretty useful, especially if you have a user-oriented website where you have a lot of different people log in. Next we have tools, which is a pretty handy tool that allows you to grab bits of the web and create new posts with ease. The last one we have is the settings, and here you can customize the different elements of your website, such as the title of your site, the tagline, site address, email address. As you can see, I have not modified this yet. Membership, whether anyone can register. Set different roles for new subscribers, time zone, date and time format, and when the weeks are starting on the language, etc. So this was a brief overview of the WordPress dashboard, and let's continue with the next lecture. Stay tuned.